Welcome everyone to week one of the month of river rides. This is October of 2020, and we are celebrating the Delaware River watershed. In particular, we're celebrating the wild and scenic lower Delaware River from the Water Gap down to Washington Crossing and to Trenton, New Jersey, as well as the entire bounty of delightful Delaware River tributaries and unique places. We are also highlighting a number of key challenges we face to help preserve, protect, and restore these treasures for ourselves and for generations to come. For this first week of river bike rides, we will have options of an 18-mile ride or a 25-mile ride along the Delaware River. Both of these will be starting at the Bulls Island State Recreation Area near Stockton, New Jersey. This is just across the river from Lumberville, PA, and connected by that really cool footbridge between Lumberville and the Bulls Island State Recreation Area. There's, of course, so much to talk about and to celebrate along this stretch of the lower Delaware Wild and Scenic River. Both sides of the river are recreational hotspots, in part because of the canals and the old railroad beds that are now these multi-use trails that we'll be biking along. They're great for biking, they're great for hiking or walking, and of course, just accessing the Wild and Scenic Delaware River. From the historic river towns like Lumberville, like Stockton, going up to Frenchtown, all of the towns along this, to the founding of a nation, literally, with Washington Crossing State Park, to the recovering water quality and biodiversity below the waterline. Recovering. It is still not as good as we would like to see it. It is recovering. The stories and the opportunities for discovery along the lower Delaware River really are endless. Of course, in this brief video and the videos we will share, we will never be able to do justice to deep, multifaceted dimensions of this great river. But we hope to give you a brief taste and to either start or continue the conversations with you as you recreate, enjoy, and fight to protect this river and its tributaries. Most of all, for week one, we invite you to start the month by getting out on your bikes. Enjoy the parks and river and joys of living near one of the nation's most important and really one of the most celebrated wild and scenic rivers in the nation. My son and I just went scuba diving around Wrigglesville, and we can loudly proclaim that the river is delightful, both above and below the waterline. All seasons, of course, provide these delights, but I think it's safe to say that there may be no better time to enjoy the river on a bike than in fall, when the river runs clear and clean, when the colors of our eastern deciduous forests are aflame with colors. The views start to open up with the fall of the leaves, and really the coolness of the air invites us all back into heart-pounding and rigorous exercise and a celebration and indeed a thanksgiving of life. But also in this first week, we want to highlight one tributary and one critical battle that we are facing right now at this very moment. We are at the culmination of over a decade of efforts by the Delaware Riverkeeper Network and our amazing partners to protect Tinicum Creek from a misguided proposal to replace one of the region's oldest and most cherished bridges with an oversized and ecologically damaging modern structure entirely out of place in a National Historic District. The Headquarters Road Bridge has stood as a foundation and a key protecting feature of Tinicum Creek since the year 1812, right? That's right, 1812. It's incredible to even think about, and it's part of what is so amazing about the lower Delaware Wild and Scenic River, right? History is not a photo. It's not a description in a textbook. History is here before us and among us, and we can witness this history with our own eyes. We can actually reach out and touch this bridge that has stood sentinel in dark nights of raging storms, that has seen hundreds of years of hurricanes and snowstorms and wicked floods, and has remained standing, attesting to the wisdom and ingenuity of those stone masons and early engineers who built so well this beautiful stone structure in 1812 that could function and assist our communities and this nation across the generations. But of course, it's not just about the history. This structure has also stood guard over Tinicum Creek and has witnessed the protection and restoration of this highest categories of Pennsylvania's protected streams. This is an EV stream in Pennsylvania, and it is also designated as a wild and scenic river segment. Indeed, both the creek and the riparian corridors and floodplains around Tinicum Creek have literally developed around this historic bridge over the last 200 years. This historic structure is now part of the landscape. It is analogous to a bedrock outcrop that anchors the stream and protects its water quality and protects its ecological integrity. It really is an incredible bridge, and it is worth fighting for and protecting. Yet, as you will see in the videos we will share, and of course we have more materials that we can share on our website for any of you that want to go into a deeper dive, PennDOT is literally steamrolling ahead with plans to destroy this history and remove this creek's protective bridge, unleashing the power of Tinicum Creek directly at the riparian corridor downstream by demolishing the historic bridge, and then by replacing this historic bridge with bridge abutments that are in new locations further west, and that location will destabilize and endanger the stream, will endanger the riparian corridor downstream. It really endangers the entire floodplain and the whole Tinicum Creek ecosystem. It's incredible that this is the proposal. It's amazing that this misguided idea has made it this far. Of course, this is just one battle to highlight and protect, and there are many battles that we are all fighting to protect this great river. It's a national treasure, and it is worth certainly fighting for. Again, we invite you all to get out on your bikes in this first week and enjoy the Delaware River. And we invite you to think both about the past, the history, but also to think about the future and how you can help to shape that future to be one of balance, to be one of harmony with this river and all of its ecosystems. Welcome to week 1 of the month of River Rides. We hope to see you, of course, socially distanced and safe and healthy. We hope to see you out on the trail and virtually here and at our end of the month campfire, where we will share stories and learn even more about this river. So stay safe, everyone, and enjoy the magnificent Delaware River. Thank you very much.